surge of emotion, and I was actually talking with my fellow honorees up here, and honest to goodness, 33 years ago this week at my graduation, I have no idea who made this speech. And 33 years from now, I will bet you, quite a few of you will have no idea who made this one. Now, that's actually a trick to get you to remember that I gave the speech. My first point has to do with the importance of education. A team of economists not too long ago made a series of calculations of the value of everything that the entire world produces each year. And they calculated that over the last 50 years, that total value has tripled. A very impressive accomplishment. And then, don't ask me how they do it, but they went back and they measured the total weight of everything that the world produces every year. And they found that during that same 50-year period, the total weight had actually gone down. The value tripled and the tonnage went down. Why? The answer is obvious. Steel, plastic, wood, materials of all kinds were replaced by ingenuity, creativity, and knowledge. The transition from what used to be called an industrial economy to what's now called the information economy means that what you have been working so hard at on Saturdays and Sundays and nights is the most valuable resource that you can possibly invest in for the benefit of your families, your communities, and for the greater good. Many of you, almost two-thirds, are heading toward teaching, or in some cases, back to teaching. So the value that you are bringing to this event is actually doubled because you're going to share it with others. Those of you who are going to be counselors in psychology can say the same thing. You will open up the potential of many lives. The second point that I want to make has to do with value. What is valuable to you, and how do you decide to make priorities what they are? You have made a priority of education, and now many of you will make it a priority to find a better job and to contribute even more to society. I wish you well, but I also urge you not to fall into the trap of measuring value only in terms of dollars and cents. There are many things, including the most important things in our lives, that don't have a price tag. And a common mistake I've found, and I've shared in making, is to recognize that something's priceless and actually come to the conclusion that if you can't put a price tag on it, it's also worthless. And those things that are not valued in dollars and cents sometimes do get treated as if they are worthless in our society. Time with family, the beauty of our environment, the strength of our communities, they're not measured accurately. Partly as a result, we have become the hardest working people on the face of this earth. The average American now works 3 weeks per year longer than the second place Japanese. 2.5 months per year longer than the average German. One of the reasons is that we have now turned to the marketplace for practically everything. and I'm a strong believer and supporter of the marketplace. But I have increasingly come to believe that we need new ways to measure the other values that aren't recognized in the marketplace. Abraham Maslow, who was quoted once here, also said that if the only tool that you have is a hammer, every problem begins to look like a nail. If the only tool we use for measuring value is dollars and cents, then everything that can't be measured in dollars and cents begins to look like it has no value. The third point that I want to make is about family and community. Now that you have acquired an education at a higher level and are able to take that resource into the marketplace and into your community, now that you have the ability to choose your own priorities with more independence, don't neglect your family and your community. Many of you could teach all of us something about balancing work and family because you've been balancing work and family in college, and it's tough. But too often, families and communities have been left behind. The Harvard scholar Robert Putnam has measured the participation in the lives of American communities and has found that it is going down. Family time, community time, involvement and connection with others can bring some of the most rewarding and enriching experiences in life. Weightlifters take a day off in between their lifting sessions. And the sports medicine specialists say that it's during that day off that the weightlifter's muscles actually grow. During the lifting, they're torn down a little bit. And then during the rest, they build back up. In order to continue the rate of growth that you've experienced here in this place, you need to not only continue learning and putting your experience to work, but you also need to take time off with your family. Time off to be involved with your community. Finally, someone else who was quoted earlier today, Mahatma Gandhi, said, "You must become the change you wish to see in the world." By changing your lives and coming here to this place, working so hard, working through those times when you wondered if it was worth it or not, you have become the change that many of us want to see in our world. You have become the change that you envisioned in your personal world. Continue changing and growing, contributing and learning. What you have accomplished here should be, as the classic definition of commencement always has it, a beginning and not an ending. I join in feeling the pride of all these others, and I conclude by telling you again, congratulations, you've earned it.